Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Yesterday I made a video regarding the European cap on Russian oil. They agreed to have it at $60 a barrel. That means that who buys Russian oil, I think sea-borne Russian oil, they have to pay no more than $60 a barrel. The Russians said that they will not sell oil to the countries that will follow this requirement, and they will obviously turn off or will supply less oil on the market, which will definitely have the consequence of getting the price up. Who's going to be paying for that? You and I. All right, and others like us. And in the video I made yesterday, I said that they agreed to this price cap, because probably the Americans struck a deal with Venezuela. And I made that claim in the video that I posted yesterday. What happened over there now? They like Maduro and all that. You know, Maduro that was not even considered president of Venezuela until about 3 days ago. So this is what's going on here. As you probably know, access to Venezuelan oil has Chevron, Amoco, Chevron, whatever. It's an American company. So they have the monopoly over the operations in Venezuela. Now, United States will determine who's operating in Venezuela, how much oil is going to be extracted, refined, and then how much oil will be sent outside of Venezuela, sold to whom and for what price. So basically, however you want to take it, Venezuela becomes a de facto occupied territory by these guys, not militarily, but politically. And this is exactly what this article is telling us. This article comes from Sputnik, from today, the 3rd of December 2022. Chevron, Venezuela signed contracts to revive oil production. Chevron has signed contracts with the Venezuelan government and state oil company DPVSA to resume oil production operations in the country, sources told Sputnik. The contracts enable the parties to implement the new U.S. government license in accordance with the guidance provided by the U.S. Treasury Department Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, the source said. A Chevron spokesperson told Sputnik that the company will conduct its business in Venezuela in compliance with the sanctions framework provided by OFAC. On Saturday, the Treasury Department issued a general license authorizing Chevron to resume a 6-month natural resources extraction operation in Venezuela. That means if you behave, Venezuela, we can extend that to you. We can allow our company to suck your oil and sell it for you at the price we will dictate. If you behave. If you don't behave, then we're going to prevent you from selling how much you would like to whomever you would like. So, however, the U.S. Department retains the authority, I don't know how, to amend or revoke the authorization at any time should the Venezuelan government fail to negotiate in good faith or follow through on his commitments with the country's opposition. So you do what I'm telling you. So basically it's Maduro, and they say, well, you talk with the opposition, which is on the payroll of the United States of America. Small steps, baby steps. Talk to them. And after you talk to them, give them this. And after you give them this, give them that. And after that, give them that. And then give them your seat at the end. And in the meantime, they will allow you to sell your oil and extract your oil and sell it to whomever you want for how much you want. So this is a deal. Now you tell me you would like such a world order? Well, obviously, if you're the big guys in the United States of America, of course. But then you cry about, hey, you know what, this is capitalism and it's open market economies here, and no, it's all fine. But if I want the thing that you have, I ask you for it, you don't give it to me, then I threaten you, then I blackmail you, and then I punch you in the face and take it. Punch in the face is when I send my army or NATO to take it from me, to creating the positive environment for my business to come in and loot your country. All right. Basically, that's what's going on here. But I'm the good guy, and you're the bad guy because I found something that you violate, some human rights somewhere that I determine. But you can't determine the same thing to me. Why? Because I'm perfect. And everything goes back to this. If I got it and you don't, too bad. All right, so, but you gotta consider me the best, right? The fantastic. A senior Biden administration official told reporters that Venezuela-related sanctions and restrictions imposed by the United States remain in place. But the US administration will consider, like a daddy, whether its policies remain open to further calibrating its sanctions on Venezuela, which will depend on whether the Venezuelan government takes concrete steps to address several key issues that daddy determined that they are necessary. Chevron, in partnering with PDVSA on 4 oil fields that, according to Bloomberg, estimates cut production to around 50,000 barrels per day from 160,000 barrels per day in 2018. Valero Energy Corporation, PBF Energy, and Citgo Petroleum are reportedly showing interest in gaining access to the Venezuelan oil that Chevron is expected to import in the coming weeks. Well, you gotta wait. Let these guys control things, and then you are allowed by the big daddy, because we love competition. The sources said that the license does not allow for Chevron to expand its operations in Venezuela. That means you do what I tell you to do. I'm the government, and you as a private company, I tell you what you can do over there and what you can't. Then what the fuck is going on here? That's looting. It's a collusion between the government and the big business. How is that called? Check in the dictionary. It starts with an F, and it's not from fuck. It's something else, okay? All right, very nice. So the source says the license does not allow for Chevron to expand its operation in Venezuela, and Western partners would need to be allowed, I wonder by whom, to invest to increase oil production. An increase will take time given that US sanctions are still in place, they said. The United States is looking at Venezuela as an additional source for crude oil, but has no intention of a blanket lifting of the sanction it has imposed on the country. The sources said earlier, the Biden administration is looking for options to help lower gasoline prices in the United States after OPEC Plus decided to slash production and the United States petroleum reserve supply dropped to record lows after the administration released some 180 billion barrels since March, more than 180 because they got 15 million barrels again. Then they get ready for the cap, the oil cap that the European Union decided to set it at $60 a barrel. So, yeah, that's why the European says, yeah, we do it. Why? Because the deal in Venezuela went through. So, how do you like this kind of behavior? And they tell you that you have to follow rules, and everybody follows the rule. We're equal in front of the law, and we are all good. Yeah, and you have to, free market, capitalism, sounds like. Anyway, the same is here. They the government bailouts their campaign donors too big to fail. And who pays for that? We pay. Instead of allowing the market to, run its course. If you're not productive, you file for bankrupt, bye-bye. There's another company who's gonna take your place, and if it's not profitable, it's gonna go again. It's gonna get out. That's the way it works. If I can't pay for my goods, if I have loans or something like this, and I can't pay for those loans, what do you think happens? Do I expect my neighbors to pay for them because I'm too big to fail? No. They will just kick me out like a loser and throw me in the street and die. We don't care. So that's with us, but not with them. Too big to fail. Well, why did they get that big? Are they productive? Are they efficient? No. Then they should just, how do you call it? Cut expenses and start over. That means you're going to lose the position of the leader. You're going to get to the 15th place, and if you prove that you got your act together, you can grow again. But no, because these guys have a long history with guys that determine if they are too big to fail or not, and take from us, give to them, kind of like a in-your-face Robin Hood thing. But we're just stupid. We're not the rich ones. That's the problem. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It's from the people that don't have, given to the people that have, under the supervision and monitoring of the government. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.